College football 25 just dropped, and right now defense is in a tough spot, and most people are easily able to pass the ball through the air for a ton of big plays. So I wanted to give you guys an all-out blitzing defensive scheme that will crank up the pressure on the QB and force defenses into a ton of mistakes. The goal is to create a simple defense that you can learn very quickly and that you can use to create a ton of issues for offenses while we are still getting comfortable with the best ways to play defense in college football, and I am working on a full scheme breaking that down as we speak. Now, the main thing that makes this scheme so effective is that we will always be starting in this double mug linebacker look, and then we are going to bring an extra defensive back into the gap for each play. This is going to overload the interior of the offensive line and give us some crazy free rushers causing a ton of havoc. Then, because in each play we are going to bring one of the DBs down to the gap, we can really disguise all of our different blitzes and coverages pre-snap. This is going to make it super difficult for the offense to get a read on the play we are calling, and this can lead to a ton of mistakes. Now, this is going to be a super heavy pressure look, so sometimes with these blitzes we will get beat over the top for big plays. So we will also have some really heavy coverage looks where we're only going to bring 4, and now we're dropping everyone out to get into the passing lanes, and this is going to be a really good curveball to throw at them off of these heavy blitz looks. So the formation we are going to be using today is nickel double mug, and I was using the Bama and Ohio State playbook, but it is going to be in a ton of other playbooks for college football 25, and you want to set your audibles up to look like this for this scheme. Now, the first blitz we are looking at is mid blitz 0 and nickel double mug. This is going to be a 6-man pressure with a 0-man coverage look on the back end. This is going to get you an insane amount of pressure in on the QB, and this is going to be our base go-to call for this defensive scheme. Now, if they send everyone out on routes, we will get multiple free rushers coming in unblocked on the quarterback, and then even if they block a running back, we can still get a free rusher, making this play super tough to handle. To set this blitz up, all we want to do is take whichever of our 2 safeties is in man coverage on the running back, and we want to bring him down in between our 2 backers, and that is the whole setup. All right, starting off with mid blitz, and this is really going to be the backbone of this whole defense. We are going to run this an absolute ton. I would say I recommend running this probably 30 to 40% of the game, maybe more 30%, but really this is what's going to set up the rest of this scheme. So we want to come down, we want to use whichever safety has the running back, and we're just going to stand in this gap. There's no adjustments, so simple. And if this guy goes out on a route, we are just going to follow him. He heads out, and we are going to get 2 free rushers. So unless they block a running back, we're going to get at least 1, a lot of the time 2 free guys in at the QB right as he hits the back of the drop. Like, this thing is going to fire so quick. Now, if they block their running back, so we're going to watch the running back. If he stays in the block, what we want to do is we want to take 1 step in, 1 step down. That is going to make one of these 2 offensive linemen commit to us. The running back is going to kick out to one of the outside guys. Then we are going to peel off and get out, and we are going to get a free rusher. Now, if you don't take that 1 to 2 step down, sometimes they will be able to block up the whole blitz. But if you just take 1 to 2 steps down before getting out, you'll see me peel back over the middle. Even when they block their running back, that blitz is gonna come in. Okay, here it is again, same thing. So we're gonna hover in this gap, but this is where I just want to get out over the top and help. So even if the blitz gets blocked, you know, we want to come down with our user, get back over, help over the middle. So as the user, if my guy stays in, we want to get in there for half a second to get that blitz in, but then we want to get back over the middle, help take anything quick and easy away, and we get a pick 6. The last thing I wanted to go over here is if they go empty, how I like to run this blitz is I'm going to user the safety that's on the short side of the field. Usually they'll put the 2 receiver side to the short side. We're just going to take the safety over this player. I'm going to come down 1 or 2 steps to be like in on the offensive line, so they have to kind of account for me, and then I'm going to just get out and cover this guy. So we're going to stand here, get out, and look at this. Look how quick this pressure comes in. We get 2 free rushers in on the QB. Then as my DB, we just got to get on our horse. We see this guy try to throw quick, and we can step in front. So come down maybe 1 to 2 steps, stay over that 2 receiver side. You're going to get multiple free rushers in, and we can still bail out and help on that route. Then if you want to take this defense to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up right now, you'll find part 2 of this video where I will give you guys 4 more plays for this nickel double mug defensive scheme. I give you guys 2 more blitz options to bring a ton of pressure in on the QB, and then we have 2 full out coverage options that will look like the blitzes pre-snap, but now we can drop out, make some big plays in coverage. And adding this to what you learned in this video is going to make this whole defense that much more difficult to attack. Starting next week, we'll begin releasing our full schemes. On offense, we're going to kick it off with the Oregon Ducks spread to run offense. And I'm going to show you how you can play like the real life Ducks in college football 25. Then on defense, we're going to look at Nick Saban's match defense. It's an incredible way to lock down your opponents. And we're going to play just like the real life Tide, who dominated college football defensively for a decade. Now, by subscribing to the site, you'll get full access to all my Madden 24 content. Plus, when Madden 25 drops, you'll receive all of that content along with all of our NCAA football stuff for one price. So for the site, you can purchase a yearly membership, which will save you $50 over the course of the year. Then I'm also going to be running my NCAA 25 sale on the site, and this will run until July 31st. And if you want to check out the site, I will link it down in the description below. Then the next blitz we have is nickel 2 trap and nickel double mug. This is going to be another 6-man blitz, but now we're going to have a cover 2 shell on the back end. And this is once again going to be a crazy pressure look that will have free rushers firing in at the QB from everywhere. Then with this blitz, if they send everyone out on routes, we will get multiple free rushers in on the QB, creating a ton of pressure. But then even if they block their running back to try to get some extra time, we're still going to get someone free in at the QB. Now to set this blitz up, come out in SS Blitz 3, then at the line, audible over to nickel 2 trap. Then you want to take your safety in the curl flat and bring him down over the center. Then take the D end who is on the safety side and drop him out to the flat to replace that safety, and that is the whole setup. Now there is a glitch with setting audibles right now in college football 25, and if you can't set your audibles for a game, you can just come out in nickel 2 trap. You don't have to audible over, but if you do, then you want to press at the line so your nickel is down on the line, and then the rest of the setup is the same. Okay, for the nickel 2 trap, set it up, bring the safety who's in the curl flat, bring him in over these two guys. Then we are going to drop the D end on his side back out and replace him. Blitz all linebackers. That is it. Now with this, I like to stand in the A gap, but I like to kind of shade to the side of my D end that's dropping away from the nickel. I find this helps bring this blitz in a little bit better. Here they're blocking a running back. We're just going to get out and we get 2 free rushers in on the QB, even when they block their running back. Usually it's only going to be 1, but here we get 2, sack down to the 1-yard line. Here it is going to be again, kind of shade to this side. Here they're blocking their running back once again, and we get our nickel completely free. So even if they're blocking an extra guy, we're just going to get a free rusher in at the quarterback basically every time. Now, for the coverage aspect of this play, we have 2 deep. We have 2 guys in the flats. You can shade up on your coverage or shade down. You can put those cloud flats, shade up. They'll play deeper down the field, or you can play hard flats and they'll take away the hard flat. Now, as the user, I have the whole middle of the field. So until this blitz comes in, right here, we have our nickel firing. He's going to come in, but we have to cover everything. Now on this, it's 4th and 10. So I shaded up with my cloud flat. My flat is going to get up under this out route. He tries to throw it. We're going the other way for the pick. Here it is again, cloud flats on the field. As the user, we know the blitz is going to be coming in hot, so we have to take away all the hots over the middle. 3rd and 15, they block their running back. Our nickel is still going to come in free. He feels that pressure. He has to get rid of it. As the user, I'm just playing over the middle. I see that opening. I'm just going to step in front, and we get a pick going the other way down inside the 2-yard line. Then our last play we are looking at is SS Blitz 3 and nickel double mug. Now this play is actually going to be a 4-man rush up front. Then we're going to have a cover 3 shell on the back end. Now with our alignment on this play, we can actually get some really crazy inside pressure because we're confusing the O-line, and then we can get D linemen looping in free at the QB. Then on the back end, we're dropping out into coverage, and we just want to get into passing lanes and create a ton of big plays when they think we're blitzing, but now we're actually getting underneath footballs and creating turnovers. To set this play up, all we do is take the nickel that is down on the line and bring him over the center, then take the D end on that side and drop him out to the nickel player side to replace him in the flat, and that is it for the setup. Okay, then lastly, we have our SS Blitz 3, kind of our 4-man rush version. Now, with this play, bring that nickel back over who's in the curl flat, then same thing, drop that D end on his side over. Now, Where I like to stand with my nickel on this play is for the SS Blitz 3, this safety is going to be coming. So I want to stand in the A gap, but I want to shade the center just half a step away from the blitzing linebacker. I find this helps let this 4-man rush come in. We're going to stand here and then we're just going to bail. So we're going to have 7 guys into coverage here, only rushing 4, and watch what happens. The thing that makes this defense so good, guys, is that we're overloading the middle with these 3 guys. This makes it very hard for the offensive line to block all this up. It just gets confusing for the O-line. The center doesn't know where to slide, and now we're just going to get out, and look what happens here with this defensive end. Nobody blocks him. We get 2 guys completely free, and they're blocking their running back. I'm not going to say this happens every time we actually force a fumble too, but because we overload the middle, it's such a unique look. The offensive line doesn't know how to handle it. Watch here again. We're going to get this guy coming in here, looping in completely free, only rushing 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're blocking 5, and we're getting B gap pressure right there. Coverage on the back end, really solid. They have nowhere to go. Like I said, this doesn't happen every time, but it does happen. And even if the blitz doesn't come in, we still have 7 in coverage. And once again, we can shade up on the sticks, play over the top, or you can shade down, play the hard flat. Now, as the user, once again, we're dropping 7. We get kind of this looping pressure in his face. He's just having to back up underneath it. There is absolutely no one open. It's 3rd and 29. He maybe could have checked it down, tries to force it down the field. We get a pick and we're going the other way. That was our D end who dropped into coverage. One more time. Here we're playing hard flat, so we're shading down because it's 2nd and 6. With our user, the safety is blitzing from this side, so we want to stagger to this side 1 step. We're going to kind of just come. They block it up, but we still have 7 in coverage. As a user, I'm going to try to take away the 2 hots here. Tries to throw the dig in behind him. Our cornerback steps in front. We got a pick going the other way. I think this is a pick 6. Yeah, it is. Now, with just what you learned in this video, this double mug defense will be great, but remember, there's part 2 of this defense up right now on Scheme Kings that will make this game plan way more difficult to attack. Then I also have my first offense up for College Football 25, where I show you how you can use Jalen Milroe and the Bama playbook to run one of the most dynamic offenses in the game, and you can check that out right here.